Cars are often seen as a symbol of freedom, but they can also be a massive drain on your finances. If you've ever wondered why your budget feels tight, it might be because your car is making you poor. Today, let's break down the true cost of owning a car and discover why your car is making you poor. The true cost of car ownership. When you buy a car, the first expense is the purchase price. This upfront cost can be high whether you're getting a new or used vehicle, but that's just the start. After buying the car, other expenses follow. One of the biggest is depreciation, which is the loss of value over time. New cars can lose 20 to 30% of their value in the first year alone, and up to 60% over 5 years. Next, there's maintenance and repairs. Routine costs like oil changes, brake replacements, and tire rotations add up. And unexpected repairs can come out of nowhere, hitting your budget hard. Fuel costs are another ongoing expense, and they can fluctuate with gas prices. If your car isn't fuel efficient or you drive a lot, these costs can be substantial. Insurance premiums depend on your age, driving history, and car type. Sports cars and luxury vehicles usually have higher premiums. Don't forget about registration, taxes, and fees, which vary by state or country. All these costs add up, making car ownership a significant financial burden that can lead to financial strain if not managed carefully. Depreciation, the silent wallet killer. Depreciation is one of those things that you don't really think about when you're buying a car, but it can have a big impact on your finances. When you drive a new car off the lot, it starts losing value almost immediately. In fact, a brand new car can lose 20 to 30% of its value in the first year alone. That means if you bought a car for $30,000, it could be worth as little as $21,000 just a year later. Over time, the value continues to drop. After 5 years, your car might only be worth 40% of what you originally paid. So if you bought that same car for $30,000, in 5 years, you could be looking at a value of around $12,000. This steep decline is why many people consider buying a used car instead of new. It avoids that initial big hit from depreciation. But depreciation isn't just a number on paper. It affects your wallet when it's time to sell or trade in your car. You might think you can get a good deal because your car is in great shape, but dealerships and buyers will offer much less than you expect. That's because they know they have to resell it, and they're aware of the depreciation curve. This reality can leave you with less money to put towards your next vehicle or other financial goals. High maintenance and repair costs. Keeping a car running smoothly requires regular maintenance. Some of the most common maintenance tasks are oil changes, tire rotations, and brake replacements. Oil changes ensure your engine stays lubricated, which helps it run longer and more efficiently. Tire rotations help your tires wear evenly, extending their lifespan. Brake replacements are crucial for safety and are typically needed after a certain number of miles or years. These routine tasks can add up over time, but they are necessary to keep your car in good condition. If you neglect them, you might face bigger problems down the road. For example, skipping oil changes could lead to engine damage, which would be much more expensive to repair. Unexpected repairs can be even more costly. Things like a failing transmission, broken air conditioning, or a malfunctioning electrical system can require expensive parts and labor. If you're driving a luxury or high-performance car, these costs can be even higher because such vehicles often require specialized parts and skilled technicians. That means higher bills when something goes wrong. To reduce maintenance and repair costs, there are a few things you can do. First, stick to a regular maintenance schedule. This will help you catch issues early before they become major problems. Second, choose reliable car models known for durability and low maintenance needs. Third, if possible, learn some basic car maintenance tasks yourself. Things like changing the oil or replacing air filters are relatively simple and can save you some money. Fuel ongoing expenses. Fuel costs are a significant part of owning a car. Gas prices can go up and down depending on a lot of factors like politics, weather events, or supply and demand. This means your budget can take a hit if gas prices suddenly spike. If you drive a lot, these fluctuations can really add up. That's why it's important to consider fuel efficiency when choosing a car. A vehicle that gets more miles per gallon will save you money over time. If you're buying a new car, look for one with good fuel efficiency. If you're buying used, check to see if the car has a history of high fuel consumption. Fuel costs might seem like minor expenses at first, but they add up over time. By choosing a fuel-efficient car and finding ways to lower your insurance premiums, you can save money and keep your car from making you poor. Alternatives to car ownership. Owning a car isn't the only way to get around. There are several alternatives that can save you money while still getting you where you need to go. One option is public transportation. Many cities offer buses, trains, or subways that can be a cost-effective way to commute or travel around town. Public transit can also help you avoid the headaches of traffic and parking. Ride-sharing services like Uber and Lyft are another alternative. They can be convenient for short trips or when you don't want to deal with parking. While using ride-sharing regularly might get expensive, it can still be cheaper than owning a car, especially when you factor in all the costs we've discussed earlier like insurance, maintenance, and fuel. It's also great if you only need a car occasionally, like for a night out or an airport run. Carpooling is another way to cut down on car ownership costs. If you and your coworkers live near each other, you can share rides to work. This reduces the wear and tear on your own vehicle and can even lower your fuel costs. Plus, it's a good way to build relationships with people you see regularly. Car sharing services are becoming more popular too. These services let you rent a car by the hour or day, providing flexibility without the commitment of owning a car. This can be useful if you need a car for specific errands or trips, but don't want the expense of owning one full-time. Making smart choices with cars. To make smart financial choices with cars, the first tip is to consider buying a used car instead of a new one. When you buy a used car, you avoid the steep depreciation that happens in the first few years of a car's life. A car that's a few years old can still be in great condition, but costs much less than a new one. Plus, with used cars, you can often get more features for your money. Another smart choice is to research reliable car models with low maintenance costs. Some cars have a reputation for being durable and needing fewer repairs. By choosing one of these reliable models, you can save on maintenance and repair bills. Check reviews and consumer reports to find out which cars have the best track record. Choosing a fuel-efficient car is also a good financial move. Cars that use less gas save you money every time you fill up. Hybrid and electric vehicles can be even more efficient, reducing your fuel costs significantly. While these cars might cost more upfront, the savings on fuel can make a big difference over time. It's also important to budget for car-related expenses. Don't just think about the purchase price. Include insurance, maintenance, fuel, and registration fees in your budget. Setting aside money each month for these expenses can help you avoid financial strain when unexpected costs come up. By making these smart choices, you can keep your car from becoming a financial burden. Whether you choose a used car, a reliable model, or a fuel-efficient vehicle, the goal is to get the most value for your money. With a little planning, you can enjoy the benefits of owning a car without letting it make you poor. That's it for today. Now that you know why your car is making you poor, what will you do to cut down on expenses? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe for more helpful insights on living a financially smart life.